What if the key to success wasn't found in endless hustle or ambition, but in something as simple yet profound as calmness? Imagine for a moment the weight you carry every day, rushing, reacting, always striving. Now, what if the secret to achieving everything you've ever wanted lies in letting go of all that pressure and learning to stay composed in the midst of chaos? In a world that celebrates speed, noise, and constant motion, calmness often feels like a rare and distant luxury. We've been taught to believe that success comes from the ability to hustle hard, push through the pain, and race ahead of everyone else. But what if we've been chasing the wrong thing all along? What if true success comes not from doing more, but from being more present, more centered, more calm? This is where Stoicism, the ancient philosophy that has endured for thousands of years, offers us a timeless truth. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca didn't just survive life's challenges. They thrived because they understood something crucial: the power of calmness. Calmness isn't about being passive or disengaged. It's not about turning a blind eye to the struggles and challenges we face every day. No, calmness in the Stoic sense is the ability to remain steady, to keep a clear mind, and to act wisely, regardless of what's happening around us. It's the quiet strength that allows us to face the world with clarity and resilience. In this video, we'll explore why calmness is more than just a peaceful state of mind. It's the foundation of true success, the inner anchor that keeps us grounded even in turbulent times. So, let's pause for a moment and ask ourselves, what if success isn't found in the noise, but in the quiet power of a calm mind? Let's dive into this journey together. Part 1. Understanding calmness in Stoic philosophy. In the midst of your daily chaos, there is a quiet power waiting to be discovered within you. It's the calmness that Stoic philosophers have talked about for centuries, a calmness not of inaction or withdrawal, but of clarity, resilience, and deep inner strength. Do you ever feel like life is moving too fast? Like the noise, the distractions, and the constant pressure are pushing you in every direction? You're not alone in feeling that way. It's easy to think that success requires constant motion, that we must always be in a state of action, chasing after the next goal, the next achievement. But let me ask you, when was the last time you simply paused? When was the last time you allowed yourself to breathe deeply, collect your thoughts, and ground yourself before making a decision or taking the next step? This is where calmness enters the picture. In Stoic philosophy, calmness is not about avoiding life's challenges or retreating into comfort. It's about how you respond to those challenges. It's about finding stillness in the storm, knowing that no matter what's happening around you, you have the ability to control how you react. Think about it. The world is always going to throw obstacles in your path. There will be moments of frustration, anger, doubt, and fear. Those feelings are natural. They're part of being human. But what Stoicism teaches us is that you don't have to be at the mercy of those emotions. You don't have to let them dictate your actions or your state of mind. Instead, you have the power to choose your response, to stay grounded and clear-headed, even when everything else seems to be falling apart. This is where the true strength of calmness lies. It's not about suppressing your feelings or pretending everything is okay when it's not. It's about recognizing that your emotions are just a passing wave, not the ocean itself. And just like a wave, they will rise and fall. What matters is how you navigate them. Calmness gives you the space to observe, to understand, and to respond with wisdom, rather than reacting impulsively. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Think about how much power you can unlock by simply realizing that your mind, your reactions, your sense of calm, are all within your control. This is the foundation of Stoic calmness. It's not about controlling the world around you, but about mastering yourself within it. Now think about your own life. How many times have you reacted in haste, driven by anger or frustration, only to later regret it? Those moments of impulsive decisions often lead to greater chaos. But when you stop and take a moment to pause, to breathe, you can begin to see clearly. You can make choices that align with your values, with your true intentions, rather than being swept up in the noise and confusion. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that we should focus only on what is within our control and let go of what is not. What does that mean for you? It means recognizing that while you cannot control the actions of others, the circumstances around you, or even the challenges life throws your way, you can control your response. And that response is where your power lies. In this journey of life, calmness isn't just a trait. It's a skill that you can develop, refine, and cultivate. The more you practice this skill, the more resilient you become, and the stronger you feel in the face of adversity. You don't have to be perfect at it, but every small step you take toward cultivating calmness makes you more centered and empowered. Remember, calmness is not a passive state. It's the active choice to not be ruled by your emotions, to stand firm amidst the chaos, and to approach life's challenges with a clear, steady mind. The true test of calmness comes not in peaceful moments, but in the middle of the storm. So ask yourself, how would your life change if you began to practice calmness in every situation, big or small? What if you took a moment to breathe, to center yourself, and to act with intention every time life threw something your way? The strength of calmness is within you. It always has been. It's time to embrace it and let it guide you toward the success and peace you've been searching for. Part 2. Why calmness leads to success. Success, for many, is something that feels elusive, always just out of reach. You might have goals, ambitions, and dreams, but at times it seems like you're constantly battling the world around you. The noise, the pressure, the rush, it can all leave you feeling overwhelmed. But what if I told you that the key to unlocking true success isn't found in striving harder or pushing yourself to the limit? What if the real power lies in something as simple yet profound as calmness? Imagine for a moment a scenario in which you are faced with a challenge, something that, in the past, might have triggered panic or frustration. Maybe it's a tough decision at work, a difficult conversation you need to have, or even just the constant juggling of responsibilities in your daily life. What if, instead of reacting with stress, you could pause, take a breath, and face that challenge with clarity and composure? This is where calmness begins to show its true value. When you are calm, you're able to think clearly. You can step back and assess a situation without the haze of fear, anxiety, or impulsiveness clouding your judgment. Your mind becomes a tool for problem solving, not a source of chaos. This clarity is what allows you to make better decisions, avoid rash mistakes, and move forward with confidence. Success doesn't just come from working harder, It comes from working smarter. And calmness is the foundation of that smart approach. When you are centered, you are able to prioritize what truly matters, make decisions that align with your values, and take action that moves you closer to your goals without being distracted by every little setback along the way. Calmness allows you to focus on the bigger picture, to see beyond the immediate storm, and to keep your eyes on the path ahead. But calmness doesn't just help you make better decisions. It also gives you the resilience to weather the inevitable ups and downs of life. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to become discouraged or overwhelmed. You might be tempted to give up or let frustration take over. But calmness allows you to remain grounded during times of adversity. It helps you bounce back more quickly, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward with a clear sense of purpose. Let's take a closer look at the role of calmness in two key areas of success: productivity and relationships. In both of these areas, calmness is not just a nice to have, it's essential. In terms of productivity, calmness gives you the mental space to prioritize, to stay focused on the tasks that truly matter, and to avoid the distractions that can easily derail your progress. When you're calm, you're not reacting to every email, every phone call, or every notification. Instead, you're able to create a plan, stick to it, and work steadily toward your goals. You stop wasting energy on things that don't contribute to your long-term success, and you focus on what really moves the needle. When it comes to relationships, whether personal or professional, calmness is equally powerful. It's easy to get caught up in emotions when conflicts arise, but reacting in anger or frustration often leads to regret. Calmness allows you to communicate clearly, to listen with empathy, and to find solutions that benefit everyone involved. It helps you maintain composure even when others might not, giving you a quiet strength that others can rely on. Think about it this way: the most successful people, those who are calm, composed, and resilient, are not necessarily the ones with the most talent or the highest energy. They're the ones who can stay focused under pressure, who don't let their emotions dictate their actions, and who can find solutions in the midst of chaos. They've learned the art of calmness, and it has become the secret to their success. But here's the truth: calmness is not something you are born with. It's a skill you can cultivate. It requires practice, patience, and self-awareness. It's about learning to recognize when you're feeling stressed and taking conscious steps to ground yourself. It's about developing the ability to pause before reacting, to breathe through the tension, and to approach every situation with a calm, steady mind. The more you practice this skill, the more natural it becomes, and the more success will flow to you, effortlessly. In the end, calmness is the bedrock upon which success is built. It's the steady hand guiding you through life's challenges, the clarity that allows you to see opportunities others might miss, and the resilience that keeps you moving forward, no matter what comes your way. So the next time you're faced with a challenge, ask yourself, how can calmness help me succeed here? How can I choose clarity over chaos? The answer lies within you, waiting to be tapped into. Part 3. The dangers of reacting without calmness. Have you ever acted in the heat of the moment, only to regret it later? Perhaps you've been caught up in a situation that pushed your buttons, and instead of pausing to think, you reacted immediately. Maybe it was a sharp word in a heated argument, a decision made impulsively under pressure, or a rash move in your personal or professional life that led to consequences you never intended. When we react without calmness, the outcomes are rarely what we want. The truth is, when you allow yourself to be ruled by your emotions, the dangers are real, and they can have a lasting impact on your journey. Consider the last time you felt anger rise within you. Maybe it was someone's thoughtless comment or a problem that seemed impossible to solve. In that moment, the heat of your reaction may have felt powerful. It may have felt like the right thing to do, to express your frustration, to stand your ground, to let your emotions take the wheel. But what happened after that reaction? Did it create more harmony, or did it lead to further tension, regret, and confusion? When you react impulsively, you surrender control. The moment you give in to anger, fear, or frustration, your ability to think clearly fades away. You lose your sense of perspective. Instead of choosing the most constructive path forward, you often act in a way that only escalates the situation. It's like putting fuel on a fire. You may think you're standing your ground, but in reality, you're only making things worse. This is where calmness becomes an essential tool. When you let your emotions control you, the situation spirals. But when you take a moment to step back, to breathe, and to choose your response thoughtfully, you gain power over your actions. You reclaim your strength, and in doing so, you set yourself up for a much more successful and peaceful outcome. Think about the last time you let your emotions take over. In that moment, you may have felt like you were standing up for yourself, or that your actions were justified. But when the dust settled, how did you feel? Did you feel proud of your response? Or did you wish you had handled things differently? Maybe you realized that in the heat of the moment, you said or did things that you didn't truly mean. Perhaps you hurt someone, damaged a relationship, or made a decision that now feels out of sync with your true values. That's the danger of reacting without calmness. It often leads to actions you'll regret. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay trapped in this cycle. You can break free. You have the power within you to change how you respond to challenges and conflicts. Calmness is the key. It's the pause before you speak. It's the moment of stillness before you act. And it's what allows you to choose a response that aligns with who you really are, not just a reaction driven by emotion. Let me ask you this. When you've responded in haste, what was your underlying emotion? Was it fear, frustration, insecurity, or something else? Now think about how you would have handled the same situation if you had taken a moment to breathe and reflect. Would your response have been different? Would you have been able to approach the situation with more wisdom and compassion? Calmness isn't about suppressing your emotions or pretending that things don't affect you. It's about recognizing that emotions, while powerful, are not always the best guide for decision-making. When you are calm, you can choose how to respond with a clearer, more measured perspective. You can separate yourself from the immediate emotional reaction and instead act from a place of strength and clarity. The dangers of reacting without calmness extend beyond just the immediate situation. They can ripple out into your life, affecting your relationships, your career, and even your peace of mind. Each time you act impulsively, you create a pattern that's harder to break. Over time, the cycle of emotional reaction can become your default way of dealing with the world, and it will limit your growth. But when you begin to practice calmness, you start to break those patterns. You build a new way of being, one where your inner peace is no longer disturbed by every challenge or obstacle that comes your way. You learn to stay centered, to respond thoughtfully, and to make choices that align with your values and goals. Imagine the difference it would make in your life if you could choose calmness over chaos in every moment of tension. What if, instead of reacting in anger or fear, you could pause, reflect, and then act in a way that serves your highest good? How much more aligned would you feel with your purpose? How much more successful would you be in relationships, work, and personal growth? The dangers of reacting without calmness are real, but so is the power that lies in your ability to choose calmness. It's a choice you can make in every moment, and with each choice, you will grow stronger, wiser, and more capable of creating the success and peace you truly deserve. So the next time you find yourself on the edge of a reaction, remember, you have the power to pause. And in that pause, you have the power to create something far more meaningful. Part 4. How to cultivate calmness in everyday life. Imagine waking up in the morning with a sense of peace already within you. You don't feel rushed, stressed, or overwhelmed by the many demands of the day ahead. Instead, you feel steady, grounded, and ready to meet whatever challenges come your way. This isn't just an ideal. This is a reality you can cultivate step by step. It all starts with understanding that calmness is not something you wait for. It's something you create. You have the ability to choose calmness, even in the busiest moments. But how do you do that? How do you integrate calmness into your everyday life? It's simpler than you might think, and it begins with small shifts in your daily habits, mindset, and routines. Start by paying attention to your breath. I know it sounds simple, but it's incredibly powerful. When you find yourself caught in a moment of tension or stress, take a few deep breaths. Breathe in slowly through your nose, hold for a second, and then release it gently through your mouth. With each exhale, you're not just letting go of air, you're releasing the tension and chaos that you've been holding on to. This simple act of breathing can help center you, bringing you back to the present moment and away from the whirlwind of thoughts and emotions. It's like hitting the reset button for your mind. Next, create space in your day for stillness. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle, moving from one task to the next without pause. But in the middle of all of that, there's an opportunity for you to reclaim your calmness. This could mean taking a short walk without your phone, sitting in silence for a few minutes, or simply observing your surroundings without judgment. The key is to give yourself permission to just be, without the need to do or achieve. In these quiet moments, you reconnect with your inner self, and that's where calmness grows. Another way to cultivate calmness is by setting boundaries for yourself. You might find it hard to say no to others, or you might feel the pressure of always being available, always giving. But when you give too much of yourself away, you start to lose your sense of inner peace. It's essential to protect your time and energy. This doesn't mean being selfish. It means respecting your own needs. When you set healthy boundaries, you create space for calmness to thrive. You honor yourself enough to know when you need rest, when you need solitude, and when you need to say no. As you go through your day, remind yourself to focus on the present moment. It's easy to get caught up in what's coming next, or to worry about what happened before. But when you live in the present, you allow yourself to experience life fully, without distraction or regret. Calmness arises naturally when you stop overthinking and simply engage with what's right in front of you. It's about being present with the people you love, the work you're doing, and even the simple tasks you might usually rush through. When you slow down and embrace the now, you create a foundation for lasting peace. You can also practice gratitude as a way to foster calmness. Each day, take a moment to reflect on the things you're grateful for. It could be the warmth of the sun, the laughter of a loved one, or simply the fact that you're alive and breathing. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, and this shift is incredibly powerful. It quiets the mind and opens your heart. The more you focus on what's good in your life, the more you'll find calmness naturally following. Cultivating calmness is also about your internal dialogue. Pay attention to the way you speak to yourself. Are you kind to yourself, or are you constantly pushing, judging, and criticizing? The way you talk to yourself shapes how you experience the world. When you treat yourself with patience and compassion, you invite calmness into your life. Instead of adding to your stress with negative self-talk, choose to speak to yourself as you would to a friend, gently, supportively, and without judgment. Remember, cultivating calmness doesn't mean you'll never face challenges, frustration, or stress. Life is full of those moments. But what you can do is shift how you respond to them. Instead of reacting with panic or frustration, you can choose to respond with calmness, grounded in the knowledge that you have the power to control your reactions. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means recognizing them, acknowledging them, and choosing a response that is aligned with your true self. As you practice these small shifts every day, you'll begin to see the impact they have on your life. Calmness will no longer be something you seek outside of yourself. It will become something you carry within. And with that calmness, you'll find yourself responding to life's challenges with clarity, purpose, and grace. The strength to face whatever comes your way is already within you. You just need to nurture it, one small moment at a time. So, take a deep breath, create some space, set your boundaries, and focus on the present. The calmness you're looking for is already inside you. It's just waiting for you to tap into it. Part 5. Calmness as the foundation of true success. True success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about how you achieve it. It's about having a sense of peace within, regardless of what's happening around you. This is where calmness becomes the foundation of true success. When you build your life on a foundation of calmness, you start to realize that success isn't just about reaching goals. It's about the journey and the peace you carry with you as you move through each moment. You might have spent years chasing external success, striving for promotions, more money, or the perfect life. But deep down, you know that true success isn't defined by the things you acquire, but by the person you become along the way. And that person, someone who is grounded, centered, and calm in the face of life's uncertainties, is the one who truly thrives. Imagine yourself at your best, calm, and confident in the face of challenges. Picture yourself handling setbacks with grace, knowing that your peace doesn't depend on the outcome. When calmness is your foundation, you can weather any storm, face any obstacle, and keep moving forward with clarity and purpose. This is what success looks like when it's built on inner peace. You're not controlled by external circumstances. Your emotions don't dictate your actions. You're not swayed by the opinions of others or distracted by fleeting desires. Instead, you stay focused on your purpose, aligned with your true values. You know that success isn't about rushing through life. It's about making decisions from a place of calmness, where your mind is clear, your heart is steady, and your actions are intentional. When calmness is at the core of your life, you gain the ability to see opportunities more clearly. The world may present challenges, but from a place of calm, you can recognize solutions that would otherwise be hidden. You become more creative, more resourceful, and more in tune with the subtle signs and cues that guide you toward your next step. Success isn't always about brute force or willpower. Often, it's about having the space to see things clearly and make decisions that are aligned with your deepest goals. True success also involves maintaining a sense of inner peace, regardless of what others might think or say. In a world that often rewards noise, speed, and competition, it can be easy to feel that you need to constantly hustle, constantly prove yourself. But calmness allows you to stand firm in your own truth. You don't need to chase success on someone else's terms. When you live from a place of inner calm, you create your own definition of success, one that honors your pace, your values, and your unique journey. Think about the people you admire, those who seem to have it all together, who exude confidence and composure no matter what life throws at them. Chances are, they aren't immune to hardship, but they've built their lives on a foundation of calmness that allows them to face challenges without losing their way. It's their inner peace that enables them to stay focused, to act with clarity, and to lead with authenticity. You have the same power within you to cultivate that calmness and build the kind of success that's truly meaningful to you. Now, think about your own life. What does success mean to you? Is it tied to external markers? Or is it about creating a life that feels aligned with who you truly are? Success that is built on calmness means that you're no longer at the mercy of chaos. Instead, you lead with purpose, and everything you do flows from a place of inner clarity. You don't rush or force things. You allow them to unfold at the right pace, trusting that you are exactly where you need to be. The power of calmness lies in its ability to transform how you show up in the world. It's the difference between reacting impulsively to life's ups and downs and responding thoughtfully with grace and intention. It's the difference between feeling overwhelmed by challenges and seeing them as opportunities for growth. Calmness doesn't mean that everything is perfect, but it gives you the strength to handle imperfections with peace. So, as you move forward in your journey, remember that true success begins with calmness. It starts with you, your willingness to cultivate inner peace, to remain steady in the face of life's unpredictability, and to make decisions that honor your deepest values. The calmness you cultivate within yourself will lay the groundwork for a life that is not only successful, but deeply fulfilling. And with that foundation, you'll find that everything else falls into place. Conclusion. In the end, success is not about accumulating more, it's about becoming more. It's about building a life where inner peace is the anchor that holds you steady, no matter how the world around you shifts. Calmness isn't a passive state, it's a powerful choice. It's the quiet strength that allows you to rise above the noise, make thoughtful decisions, and pursue your goals with purpose and clarity. When you cultivate calmness, you're not just surviving life, you're truly living it. and the success that follows. It's a success that feels fulfilling, authentic, and deeply rooted in who you are. It's not about the hustle, the rush, or the pressure to be everything to everyone. It's about finding balance, embracing your own pace, and trusting that peace within you is the greatest success you could ever achieve. Now, I invite you to take a moment and reflect. What does calmness look like in your life right now? How could cultivating a deeper sense of peace change the way you move through the world? I challenge you to begin today. Take one small step toward nurturing your inner calm. Whether it's pausing to breathe deeply before a decision, letting go of a worry that doesn't serve you, or simply taking time to center yourself each morning. Remember, every step counts. If this message resonates with you, I encourage you to subscribe to the Stoic Philosophy and join me in exploring more insights on how you can lead a life of true success. Share this video with anyone who may need to hear these words, and let's spread the power of calmness together. You have the ability to change your life, starting with your mind. Embrace calmness. Embrace true success, and know that with every choice you make, you're becoming the person you were always meant to be. Thank you for watching.